Our family that visited last week has gone back home, and after a wonderful 10-day visit, we're working on getting back to normal. I'd say the hardest part of living abroad is missing our family. Still, we really can't complain, because as soon as one visit ends, another is just around the corner, notably during the summer months. With a few days before my mom and Bonus dad arrive, we're getting used to being just the three of us again, including our animals, of course.
So today I'm gonna continue digging and working with the dumper. I'm gonna refill its hydraulic oil because there is a pretty nasty leak that I will need to solve. I think last time I put 10 liters of hydraulic oil on. I don't think it's empty yet, but it is getting too low, and when it's getting too low, the hydraulic oil that's in there will heat up more and start to cause several issues. So I ordered the parts to fix several leaks, including the hydraulic leak. And I ordered as well the brakes. I'm not gonna replace them instantly, but I want to have them here the moment the brakes are really not working anymore. I can at least start fixing it. I'm just gonna fill up the hydraulic oil and just accept that it's leaking. When it's sparked, I try to put cardboard underneath it, so all the leaks go inside the cardboard and don't go too much in the soil. Excavator squealing a little bit. It needs grease, and it's just in time because the fuel is almost done. You can see the black layer. It was where the original hill was. The yellow layer is what I dug out. And it's a little bit more difficult here in the black layer because there used to be an old farming road, I'm gonna call it, that went up. So in this area there's a lot of gravel or the bigger rocks where probably the tractor and all the material went up and down. So once I'm beyond that point, I know from when I was digging this winter, there's not much rocks anymore. So it's around here next to the barn and a little bit towards there. You can see it in the back as well. So we're almost there. It's a lot easier to dig without the rocks. We're getting further and further. Takes a while, little machines, very big job. The machines are made for each other. That's not the problem, they're just little. But to do this task, it's okay. Where I want the pond, I think I will need to rent a big excavator, because I'm not gonna take the little one down there, because it's starting to get a very large pile. How is Bob the dumper? I'm gonna call him Bob from now on. Bob and Fred. Fred the digger, Bob the dumper. It's doing its job. It's leaking everywhere where it can leak. Sometimes new leaks appear. It still eats oil, about half a liter a day if I work it hard. When it's standing still, it's not leaking engine oil. The biggest problem I have with it now that I really need to fix is the hydraulic oil. It leaks too much even when it's standing still, so that's something that needs to be fixed. I think I have at least 2 full weeks of digging if I want to get through there, maybe even more. It's that time again, they're thirsty, both of the machines. It's actually quite okay. They don't use a lot of fuel, a lot less than I thought, especially the dumper. For being an old thing, it's very economical to run. I have to fuel it maybe once in 3 days of running, and it isn't a big container to fuel up, so quite happy. And the excavator is maximum 1 time each day, so that's quite okay as well. It surprises me, so that's the advantage of little machines, I guess. Gonna fuel this one, I'm gonna grease it like I always do, and then I'm gonna grease the dumper as well. This is a product to clean the injectors and the inside of the engine. If it works, I don't know, but it can't be bad. Always, if you put some product in, do it when the tank is almost empty. Put your product in, whatever it is, and then refuel so it mixes. Here you have a nipple on the bottom. This one is working to grease it. Then we have a nipple here which is greasing, but it's the nipple here with the big ball joint underneath that isn't greasing. So it's quite important because the machine articulates around these parts. So I'm gonna take the nipple off and try to free it and then try to grease it. So here you can see the grease nipple appearing. This is a grease nipple, so what I'm gonna first check if this one is letting grease through. If it is, then it's in there that it's blocked. Grease is coming out of the grease nipple, so it's not this, it's inside. So I'm gonna take a small little wire and poke in there and see if I can feel if it's hard or not, and try to free it up so we can get some grease in there. It's a bit the system of this. You can see it moving. That's what I want to grease. It's actually pretty much the same thing in there, only bigger. So this one I could grease on the back as well, above, in there. So these are important ones. Okay, so this little wire goes quite deep actually. So I'm gonna put some WD-40 in there and try again and see if we can open it up. I'm gonna let the WD-40 do its job. It's noon anyways, it's time to eat. And afterwards I'm just gonna put the nipple back on. I know it's not the nipple, and here I could put the metal wire in this big, so it goes practically all the way down. So there's not much I can do than put the product in and see if it works. And if this doesn't work, I know there is a tool where you can hammer and it creates a pressure wave inside and maybe get the old crud out that way. But it is an important joint to be able to put grease in, because it's bone dry. Okay, let's put the nipple back on. It's difficult to film this because there's a load of tubes and stuff in the way. But anyways, the nipple is good. There's some crud that came out. And I need to continue working. I'll try to push some grease in it and we'll see how it goes. If not, then at least the WD-40 will do its job a little bit. No, it's still not pushing through. Thing is, if it's been sitting dry for too long, the grease that was in it together with maybe sand and other stuff gets rock solid. So maybe tomorrow I'll take it off again, put some more WD-40, or I'll look if there's anything other, maybe diesel degreases as well, so maybe I put that inside. I don't know if it's from standing on an incline and oil collected, but something is, and it is engine oil, is dripping a lot. Alright, so Bob the dumper is not feeling that well because there is a diesel leak on the return. So either this has been filling up the tray beneath me and started leaking, or it is oil. Just gonna quickly check the oil level. Okay, I seriously think we have a problem. Ça c'est de gazole, hein?
C'est du gasoil, ça, c'est du gasoil.
C'est du gazole avec de l'huile, je pense.
Non, mais il n'y a pas d'huile, regarde. Non, non,
Ah.
c'est plus propre que...
Ok, mais c'est ça, là.
Tu
C'est
l'as vu
ça.
faire?
Oui, oui.
C'est là.
C'est tout mouillé, oui, oui, c'est le retour. Alright, Claude was just here and I asked him, so basically like I thought it was the return line from the injectors, so it was leaking diesel. Why didn't I have it before? Because most of the times when I'm done working I park the dumper on a flat surface. This time it was parked on an incline like this with its ass downwards. There's a little tray underneath there and the diesel fuel gathered there together with some oil, and when I backed down that's when it started coming out, so nothing to worry about. It's still leaking oil but it's not leaking diesel anymore. I need to get some English keys though, because if I put mine on, the metric ones, they don't fit, so I'll have to look because many of the bolts are different. But we can start working again. In case you're wondering why I put the dumper up like this way, is because my laser is over there, and if I have to move it every time it's more work than just turning around a little bit with the excavator. I'm pretty good here, I'm a little bit deeper than what the laser is telling me, but that doesn't matter. I'd rather have the water going a little bit away from the barns than the other way around. So I'm trying to slope it a little bit like this, so the barn is here, and if we get heavy rain, at least it will stagnate in the corners. Today it's Saturday and they're predicting rain and it's already not looking too great. It's really important I am able to finish this. I need to go towards the dam with the little excavator and spread it out a little bit because it's getting too piled up, and if it gets too big then I won't be able to move it anymore with the little excavator. So I'm gonna go down there, flatten it, and then I'm good for another 2-3 days with the dumper. Beyblade. Chocolate! Choco! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maurice. Happy birthday, Maurice. Okay, that's it for today. I'm gonna empty the dumper and then I'm gonna take a shower, eat something. I've had enough. It's been a few weeks of doing the same. So, slowly we're getting there. Small machines, big task, but fingers crossed. For now everything is running smoothly, and like Bob the dumper has already paid itself, I think. It's amazing. He's 40 or 50 years old. He hasn't been looked after in a couple of years, I think. But despite his aches, he is working hard. So I'm very happy with Bob the dumper. I should say that loud because I'm jinxing it, but still I'm pretty amazed by that old machine. It's battered and it's still doing it, and it's shifting a lot of soil. So doe maar. Ja. Bravo Odin. Bravo Odin. Ja, blazen. Ja, zo. Bravo Odin. Ja, doe maar. Oh no, papa. Good morning. A couple of videos ago I showed you guys a sneak peek of another company that wanted to work with us. Powerqueen is the company. They make all different kinds of batteries, or different capacities, different voltages. These are lithium iron phosphate batteries. So what will I be doing with them? We've got two of them. Is because I want to connect them together so we have 48 volts and we can put them in our off-grid system with the rest of our batteries that we have. Now we have a Victron system with two Pylon-Tech batteries, and now we're gonna add these two Powerqueen batteries, and now we have 10 kilowatts of power, and with adding these two we will have 15, so it's actually a big increase for us. It will help us a lot because now we don't have enough batteries, that's for sure. Or even if there has been enough sun, most of the times like now we are charging our batteries, then they are fully charged, then we're not taking enough power, so we're putting power back to the grid. So instead of doing that, I'd rather put power back into batteries that we can use at night. So I'm pretty excited to install these in our system and see how they go. What do I do if we get a company contacting us? Because I can't know every brand. I didn't know Powerqueen, but what I did is I looked them up on YouTube. I looked at people doing capacity tests, so that's people smarter than me, and most of the tests, if not all, were positive. So that's why we decided to work with them, to put them into our system and see how they go. What have I done is Powerqueen, luckily, and I like it when companies do that. They had a little booklet with a manual in it. It shows a little bit what you can do with these batteries, by the way, because I'm gonna put them in a house situation, but you can put them on your boat if you go fishing a lot. These are perfect to put on your boat because you can discharge them a lot more than a lead acid battery, and they weigh a lot less. You can use them while going camping, you can put them in your RV, in your caravan, whatever you like. And these are 25 volts each, but they have 12 volts, different capacities, different sizes, whatever you fancy. So there's a lot of applications for these batteries. So what I did with the manual, yeah, you know me, I like to read it. And what they advise, and that is what I did, when the batteries arrive, they are not fully charged. So what I did, I quickly wired this up. I took a panel, solar charger, and I charged each battery separately, because that's what they want. And what we need to do is we need to connect them together so the cells inside can balance properly. I'm gonna be connecting them together in parallel. I'm gonna leave them for a little while, not outside. I'm gonna put them inside, of course. And after that is done, they are ready to be put onto our Victron system. And I'll make another video of that, because it's not a lot of work, but I got to add some parts to the Victron system before I can connect these. But I have all parts ready, so I'll be doing it very soon. The only thing that I can't say, because this is a new product for me as well, I can't tell you if how long it's gonna last. That's something I will keep you updated, and in 1 year I'll be able to tell you, oh guys, these batteries are amazing. There's still 99% capacity left. As with anything, do your research as well. Look into these batteries. Go and watch other people who do capacity tests, who open up the batteries. That's something I'm not gonna do, because then I have to break them. But I think Will Prowse, he's an honest guy who reviews batteries and everything solar powered. I watch him a lot, and he opened up this battery. I will be putting them in my system, and I will be keeping you updated. We are really excited, so let's see how it goes. And thank you powerqueen for this opportunity. Just to show you guys, connected them in parallel. Now I'm gonna leave them. They say 12 to 24 hours, so I'll leave them 24 hours. Let them do their thing, and then I'm gonna put them in our system.
A few days later, my mom and Bonus dad arrive, and although we had many plans for things we wanted to do and places we hoped to visit, we all ended up getting sick, which forced us to take things much slower than expected. My Bonus dad Dirk still found the energy though to harvest the potatoes, and my mom helped me with Odin and made sure we had a nice meal at the end of the day. As we started regaining energy, it was time to give you an update on the vegetable garden. Okay. Ja. Ja. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Hopla. Welcome to our wild little veg patch. It's so overgrown. I was here with Odin, but he's really tired from daycare, so he's chilling inside a bit, and I'm going to continue with harvesting some of our tomatoes. The harvest isn't that spectacular. Some of them have blossom and rot, as you can see. I didn't know tomatoes could have this, but my mom told me that it's probably because there's not enough calcium in the soil, so that's an issue. They also suffered from something called mildew, where the leaves, they curl up and they start rotting, and that's probably because they weren't covered, they weren't protected from the rain. Tomatoes don't like their leaves getting wet, and then there was too much moisture, so not the best conditions to thrive in. Either way, we knew this spot wasn't ideal for a veggie patch. It was worth a shot though. The whole veggie patch has sunlight from noon until, well, now 7, 8 o'clock. But definitely for tomatoes, it's not, I don't think it's enough. So next year we'll probably do it somewhere else. More in the open, in the fields on the other side. And then the veggie patch will have sun from morning to evening. Some plants won't like that, but then we'll figure that out. But it's going to be much better for sunlight exposure. Other than that, we're getting some nice courgettes. That's something that's really thriving here, so that's really great. 2 melons, but they don't look happy. We'll see if they ripen. Okay, so this is our harvest. It's not much, but this is it for now. There are quite a bit more on the plants, but they're taking ages to ripen. And it's not only in our garden. I spoke to Claude's wife. She's in her 80s and she's had a garden for her whole life. And she said it was an exceptionally bad year to have a garden. Even her tomatoes are taking so much time to ripen. She did get a lot of salad. That was nice, which she shared with us. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that this year was an experimental year for our garden adventures, but we're learning from our experiences, and I mean, next year can only be better than this one.